Welcome back to another episode of Global Card Journeys. Today we're heading to the Asian side of Istanbul on a bit of a mission, a Pokemon mission. I'm trying to answer a question that's been bugging me for weeks now. How difficult is it to find real Pokemon cards in Turkey? You see, I'm a teacher here, and I'm known around my school as the Pokemon guy. I run the popular Pokemon Club, so at least once a week, I get a bunch of 8 or 9-year-old students coming up to me super excited to show off their Pokemon cards. But here's the thing, every single card they've shown me so far, totally fake. So I did some digging, and it turns out I'm not alone in this discovery. Enter Poke.Zed. Quite possibly the biggest name in Turkish Pokemon content. He's got one of the largest followings in the country and takes the role seriously. He even organized the Istanbul card show in 2024. On Instagram, Poke.Zed recently shared a grim reality. The vast majority of Pokemon cards sold in Turkey are fake. He even posted a breakdown and yeah, it's not great. So here's the rundown of major Turkish chains and online stores selling fake Pokemon cards according to Poke.Zed. N11 or Ne101, 99% fake. Dolap, around 50% fake. Trendyol, 70% fake. Major book retailer DNR, 98% fake. Toys shop, 100% fake. And Arman Oyuncak, 98% fake. So yeah, fakes are basically everywhere. But I wanted to see it for myself. So I grabbed my camera, hopped on a ferry, and headed to Kadikoy to see what I could find. It was a beautiful day, perfect for Pokemon hunting. Our first stop, toys in Kadikoy. Now what's really interesting about going into toys is that you can see everything else is authentic. The Pokemon toys are the real Pokemon toys from the Pokemon Company. The cards from Mythos are authentic cards, but if you look down the bottom, right at the bottom corner, and here I am finding it now, these are totally fake Pokemon cards. Next stop, Goblin Games, one of the most well-known stores on this side of the city. A place with a very strong reputation. Now, they had Lorcana, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh!, penny sleeves and top loaders. But they did not have Pokemon, completely sold out. Their website hasn't had stock for months, so I kind of expected this. But it's a great place for other games. Next up was Mephisto. Now I had high hopes for this Mephisto Kadikoy store because I'd been to the Istiklal store and they had legitimate Pokemon cards. But when we went inside and we looked closely at the cards, it was obvious from the cards packets themselves and the perforated edges on them that they were fakes. Another look and you could see that there's that classic gold packet again. I really found this frustrating because if one store in a chain sells the real deal, surely another in the same chain would do so too. But no, more fakes. Next, we just walked past a random toy store. Obviously, these ones are more likely to hold fakes because a lot of their products are rip-offs or copies. So walking in, having a look, and sure enough, here are your fake Pokemon cards. But I think what's most annoying to me is the price tag. So this box of gold Pokemon cards, they were selling for 620 Turkish lira, or just under $16 US, which is criminal. With time running out, I made one last stop, the Kadikoy Antique Market, and finally I found a glimmer of hope. There were a couple of legitimate packets here and there. Older sets, nothing super new, nothing super good, but real cards. And one seller even had binders with authentic singles. Nothing groundbreaking, but definitely the real deal. Also, side note, the market is just awesome. Collectibles, matchbox cars, old books, and gözleme, incredible. Totally worth the visit, even if you're not card hunting. Okay, what did I learn? First, most places in Turkey sell fake Pokemon cards, like almost everywhere. So, if you want real ones, you have to know where to look. And there are a couple of recommendations that I do have. First, from Poke.Zed, there's a place called Karakterci, and it's actually in Kadikoy. I didn't know about it until I did a little bit more research, but you'll find everything Pokemon there, from merch to t-shirts to figures, and they have a whole bunch of other stuff too, like Funko Pops and that kind of thing. But as you can see from the video here, a whole bunch of authentic Pokemon cards can be found at this place. The next on my recommendation list is Lemon Cards, which is in Ataşehir. Again, really highly recommend this one too. I've actually been to this one personally, so can recommend it myself. There's a whole bunch of singles. You can buy packs. You can buy Japanese, English packs. Definitely worth a look. And all authentic cards. Next is Mephisto in Taksim. Not Kadikoy, let me be very clear. It's not in Kadikoy where we found the fakes. The Taksim office has legitimate Pokemon cards. You'll find many tins there. You'll find accessories like binders, penny sleeves and top loaders. You'll find loose packs too. My last recommendation is Pegasus Games in Beşiktaş. Specializing in Magic the Gathering and Warhammer, they do have some Pokemon stock. They also have Flesh and Blood and a whole bunch of other TCG game cards and accessories. That's it for today's Pokemon adventure. If you're a parent buying for your kids or a collector like me, please be careful. Don't assume a big name store means real cards. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content like this, and let me know in the comments where you have found real Pokemon cards in Turkey. For now, see ya!